Checking, checking. Checking, checking. Alright. Hang on a sec. Alright. Hello everyone, this is Hammer of the Super Paladin Bros. Last episode we finished the future-proof story arc and defeated Noi and his cohorts of the Temporal Liberation Front. Today we're doing the New Frontiers story arc. Starting with Echoes of the Light.
We've been in regular contact with the Lukari, and they've recently unveiled a new starship designed for space exploration. They're eager to head out into the unknown, and they've asked us to give them a hand. Starfleet has decided to send you to assist them in their first voyage beyond their home system. This is an exciting time for the Lukari. Watch over them and help them to see the value of space exploration, and let them make discoveries and follow their sense of wonder. Just don't let them get in over their heads.
Alright. Transwarp. Alright, let's begin. Hold on a second. Helping the Lukari out in exploration.
My dear friend Kamarka, just think about how much I can help.
I try not to think about you at all, Margarine.
If not me, consider my wealth of useful contacts. I thought I'd seen the last of you, small feet. That is to say, we meet again. Oh, come now. I'm sure we can reach an agreement that is to everyone's liking. I'm prepared to offer you an exclusive, once-in-a-lifetime...
Thank you. That insistent Ferengi has been trying to make new trade deals with us since he first visited our system. Oh, everything he tries to sell is either broken or worthless. Thank you. It's good to see you again, and under much better circumstances. You'll be happy to know that our star remains stable. We've not seen any Tholian ships since the incident, thankfully. The decision to explore was somewhat controversial, however. Many Lukari were resistant to the notion. We settled this moon long ago, after we were forced to leave our dying homeworld of Kentar. It was a difficult journey for us. Once we found our new home, no one was very excited about space travel. Still, the exploration initiative passed. Considering my experience, my people have chosen me to command the LSS Concordium. Our ship is ready to go, and you are. For our maiden voyage, I've chosen a star that is close enough to be within reach, but still just outside the area of space that you've explored, and obviously one that we haven't visited yet. According to your star charts, it's a yellow-white star called 20...
This isn't over. Believe me, the next deal we make will be on my terms.
Incessant Ferengi.
arrived on the outskirts of the system. There's a large field of rocky debris.
Okay.
Readings coming in now. Large quantities of silicate, hematite, hafnium, iridium. Crystalline structures appear to be the result of deposits created under a heavy impact. Perhaps this asteroid was part of a larger one that broke up in a collision. Heading deep. Sensors are picking up some movement on the far side of the asteroid. Cosmozoans! Not simple orbiting debris either. Do you have any information about them? Intriguing. The Gekli communicate using radio waves and feed on dust particles and energy emissions. And, oh, it seems an adjustment...
Sorry if I'm not very talkative.
We've adjusted our power systems.
I'm just still getting over this illness of mine.
On the Gekli before we move on. Any suggestions? An excellent idea. We'll be able to track their movements and learn more about their migratory patterns and feeding habits. We'll need to... Data's coming in from the Gekli. I'd like to expand the number of tagged subjects to optimize data collection.
Alright. Gotta fly close to this Gekli pod and... gotta stay real close to them. While they're being tagged.
We're getting close-up readings from all of the creatures.
Got to stay within 2 kilometers while you're tagging them.
They're trying to talk to us with their radio waves. That was incredible. What a singular experience. We've spotted a larger group of them in an area not too far from here. This looks like a feeding ground for several
Gonna do something right quick. Gonna swap out my navigational deflector. If you hadn't seen this, this Galaxy class variant I'm flying is from the last episode of Star Trek Next Generation. It's called the Galaxy X class. It's heavily modified Federation Galaxy class.
There are signs that several Gekli pods frequent this area. There's a lot of dust and particulate matter, but we can't see how the asteroids are getting broken down. I think there's something we're not seeing on the visible spectrum.
Got a very powerful phaser bank.
There's some kind of subspace shearing here. It's causing cosmic strings to snap off and break up the asteroids. That must be why the Gekli feed here. There's plenty of particulate matter for them to consume in the debris fields. I think we've collected some solid data.
Sorry, I just don't really have much to say.
Sensors are reading a swarm of comets passing by this stellar body. They look to have an orbital period of... This comet is mostly ice and dust. There are indications that the cometary matter formed around a magnetic core. The other comets may be more interesting. Let's move to the other comets and study them closely.
Alright. It's very cold out today. -4 last time I checked. Temperature dropped like nearly 30 degrees. It's gonna be near 45 on next week before the new year.
The core sample shows signs of magnetic radioactivity. Holding the comet let us get some detailed readings about its emissions. Based on the structure of its silicate crystals, it's been in a pattern. It picks up energy from its trip near the star, then loses that energy as it loops. It's like ice melting and refreezing. But it seems to lose a large quantity of energy all at once near here. I'm not sure why. The radioactivity should be steady. These comets seem to have a long orbit that coincides with the orbit of a Class A planet nearby. I'd like to launch a probe and see if the cometary movements have... Probe data received. The planet is radiating a considerable amount of heat for its size. Nothing our shields can't handle, but I don't see any expeditions to its surface happening anytime soon. Curious. I'm picking up several large, moving sources of energy. Sensors indicate they're a life form of some kind. A cosmozoan, but not the Gekli. I'd like to study them if we can.
Alright, let's make our way to the planet.
Planet is geothermal in nature. Its surface is partially molten. No life forms detected planetside. Then again, it is rather warm down there. There they are. Magnificent.
Sorry, I'm just tired. You've seen those things from Farpoint Station. Encounter at Farpoint, Season 1, Episode 1 of Star Trek Next Generation.
The creatures are luminescent ovoids? I'm not sure how to describe them. They remind me of an aquatic life form native to Lukari Prime. There are little ones huddling close to the planet's atmosphere. They must use the heat and the planet's electrical discharges to survive. Interesting. These life forms were encountered by the USS Enterprise D on Deneb 4, someplace called Farpoint Station. They haven't been seen anywhere else since. You shouldn't harm them or their young. Let's transmit a...
Gotta get closer.
The color display must be a form of communication.
Beautiful.
I didn't realize that life forms could exist in this fashion, living off the heat of planets, feeding on the particles in space, absorbing radiation from the cosmos. There's so much to see. Let's head to the next planet in the system and see... Are you seeing this? My sensors indicate this planet is completely devoid of any organic material. And yet, it has a breathable atmosphere and lies well within the system's habitable zone. I'm picking up residual levels of radiation. Oh my. I believe I know what happened to this world. Some kind of protomatter wave happened here.
That's not good.
Thought if you know how to resolve the chaotic turbulence with a tarfine reduction. This was a recent event. Some kind of protomatter incident happened, and it wiped out all life on the planet. I think we should send an away team down to learn more.
Okay, got a mystery.
Oh, not sure I'll ever get used to transporters. Let's see. Initial scans suggest this area used to be inhabited, but I can't find a single trace of organic matter. None. The walls of this canyon were worked by tools. I'm sure of it. Sentient life forms lived here. Until the protomatter detonation. This pillar here. It seems to be a sign pointing to that canyon. Perhaps a pathway there leads to a settlement of some kind. I'm reading metallic objects.
Gotta do something right quick. Just wanted to switch
Look,
weapons.
there's some kind of large structure further down the canyon. Look at the size of that plaza. These people must have had quite a developed culture. This looks like a town some readings square up there. or ceremonial center of some kind. I see some murals on the far side of the square over there by that arch. I'd like to examine them. They might tell us more about this place.
Okay. We got a mystery.
These murals depict people bringing some objects to this place. Crystals or gems, I believe? They built their settlement around this site. I believe it was a place of great significance to them. The next mural... This mural depicts the construction of this large structure. I suspect it was a temple or a place of contemplation for the people. The crystals were revered by the locals, perhaps even worshipped by them. We'd better have a look. The crystals depicted in this mural appear to be growing for some reason. I wonder if this is a symbolic or literal representation of events. Perhaps the structure needed to be modified to hold the volume of crystals they collected over the years. Quite the enigma we found here. I suspect there's more to be found inside. Getting there will be a challenge, however. According to my scans, these pillars are connected to some kind of massive mechanical structure. Probably the peak of technology for these people. We could probably force it open, but that could damage the structure, and too much force could even collapse it entirely. I suggest we create a holographic forensic... Yes, it would be based on analysis of things like footprints, wear patterns, and local construction. We can learn what people did here, how they went about their...
Okay, gotta gather forensic data.
These artifacts were used with opposable thumbs and indicate a likely hand span of 22 centimeters. Based on these footprints, these people had a stride that places them at about 1.6 meters on average. The wear patterns here show us that people leaned against here frequently. This was a meeting and gathering area. These relics should be covered with dust and sand, worn away by time and wind. But they're all uncovered. No organic matter left, and everything left behind in its place. Frozen in time. Yes, the evidence seems clear. The protomatter detonation happened only weeks, perhaps even days ago. We're going to need to make an accurate simulation to continue our studies here. I suggest using modified...
Okay, set up pattern enhancers.
Enhancers online. The signal is strong and clear. Two down, two to go. That's three. One more and we'll be ready. That's the last one. All enhancers online and standing by. All right. The enhancers should give us a pretty good image range. Your tricorder can then act as the center of the network control for the enhancers. I can tie in...
Alright, let's watch this. Friends. Okay.
Note that the
Activate
alien
that
is
pillar,
using
that
the pillars in
one.
a specific order.
Worshipping the gods. Alright. That
They're
that
making
one,
the murals match up on
that
each pillar.
one. And that one. So we gotta activate the columns in order. I don't know why I just jumped.
Looks like some kind of functionary, priest or bureaucrat, I think, would unlock the door by turning the murals on the pillars. The top mural on each pillar seems to be locked in place for reference.
Alright.
Do you hear that? That's the first pillar set in place.
See what we find.
That's 2 pillars set into place.
Alright, this one. Feel like Indiana Jones right now.
3 pillars are locked in now.
Okay, that looks like a familiar symbol.
That's it! It's working! Well done! Shall we see what secrets this building holds?
It's 23rd century Starfleet symbol.
Isn't that the symbol of your Starfleet? How did it get here? How could it be in a temple of people who don't even have electricity, much less space travel? This is getting stranger by the minute. We should search the Those people in the picture, they don't look like the others. What happened here? If Starfleet officers contacted this civilization in the past, why wouldn't you have a record of it? We should head deeper into the temple and continue our search.
Okay, now we got an even deeper
I
mystery.
think the panel on the wall here can be pushed to open something. Those inner doors across from the panel are opening.
Ugh.
What is all of this?
Something's going on.
According to my tricorder, we've reached ground zero. This is where someone detonated the protomatter bomb. From here, doubtful, I believe what did this was built specifically as a weapon. There's no new ecosystem. All life was eliminated. I'm picking up a residual energy signature here. Take a look. 16 centimeter wavelength with a slight kaon leak. I've seen this before. It's a byproduct of Tzenkenthi technology.
Tzenkenthi? Something's going on. Derelict. Space station. Okay. More mystery. K-series. Interesting. We found Station K-13. Okay. Now we know what happened.
You're trespassing. I'm
Oh,
claiming
Madron.
this station as salvage, along with everything in it. A little piece of history like this will be quite the vacation site. Experience life on the final frontier at Madron's K-13. But I digress. Unless you're careful, this old beauty.
I'll put a socket at
My
Madron.
Gnostic gods aren't very fond of intruders. I'd be happy to tell the party if you consider their living contents of emotional bonus.
The one thing I like about this little weapon right here, let me find it. The assimilate. You can turn enemies you kill into loyal Borg drones.
Chief Engineer's Log. Supplemental. By my account, we've been hurled back in time to the 16th century. To make matters worse, we're a very long way from the Deneva system. None of our shuttles are warp capable, and even if we could get to Earth, we'd be in the wrong time. In short, we're stuck. There's nothing to do now but wait and try to conjure up a way to get back to the right time.
700 years into the past, huh? Interesting.
The fines for trespassing are quite severe, and
Chief Engineer's Log, March 18th, 1570. Had a discussion this morning with security about our Klingon prisoners in the brig. We can't just leave them locked up, or execute them, or exile them on the planet below. Setting them free isn't a popular notion either. We're still looking for options, but I think the stasis pods we have in medical will come in handy real soon.
Okay. Oh, that assembly is definitely helpful thing to have, because it helps you get extra personnel in tough fights.
Chief Engineer's Log, April 17th, 1570. Today we visited the planet we're calling Draconis 3 to collect supplies. The good news, there's a humanoid civilization down there. The bad news, a potential Prime Directive violation. Our landing party was seen beaming in by some of the locals. We're hoping that doesn't impact their culture in any way. One thing's for sure, they can't help us go home. Their tech level is Bronze Age at best.
That's interesting.
trying my patience is going to cost you
Oh,
dearly.
here's the crew. And the Klingons.
Chief Engineer's Log, August 6th, 1570. The Warp Booster Sled project is officially a bust. When we tried to spin up the coils, we couldn't get a stable warp field. Yashvi and Arlington managed to shut it down and stop a breach, but the shuttle's impulse drive is shot. I hate giving up, but we just don't have the parts we need to make it work.
Okay. Assimilate. those guys.
Chief Engineer's Log, July 9th, 1571. It's decided. Most of us are going into cryosleep. Those who stay awake, well, there's the rub. Going to live on a remote part of the planet below is likely, despite the Prime Directive issues. Staying here isn't viable. When the supplies are gone and the remaining power is in the stasis pods, anyone left is a goner. This station will be their tomb.
Okay, interesting.
Chief Engineer's Log, July 26th, 1571. Most of us went into stasis this morning. There weren't enough pods for everyone. 3 of us had to stay awake. We drew lots, and Tavon, Sheridan, and I were the lucky winners. Since we're out of options, we've decided to go native and live out our lives under Conus 3. Hopefully, one day our records will be found.
But we found the station and the crew.
Rule of Acquisition 431. When the shooting starts, let the mercenaries handle it. Handle this, Captain!
Yeah, we gotta fight him while Modron runs.
The crime is trespassing. The Tzenkenthi.
Oh, you twerp. Oh, you prick. Alright.
I see you took out the Nausigans on my station. I'll just add their fees to your tab. I do hope you're good for it. Otherwise, I might have to take possession of that pretty ship of yours. Come to think of it, I'll be taking your ship anyway. Whether you're alive or not when I do, it's up to you.
Well, you're gonna have to take it by force, Modron. I love that phaser lance.
Double hazard pay to whoever takes that ship down!
Oh, come and get me.
Not my engine! Those cost me more latinum than you're worth! Get us out of here! Maximum warp!
Run, you little wimp.
That was quite an adventure. I knew Modron was greedy and treacherous, but I never thought he was willing to kill to get what he wants. In spite of that, I feel like we've learned so much out here. Indeed. I'd say our first flight was a success. Now we need to share our discoveries with everyone back home. I hope today's events will convince my people of the continued need to explore and to be part of the galactic community. With luck, we'll do this.
Well, we found out what happened to K-13.
I'm happy to hear the Lukari handled their first experience with space exploration well. There's talk of their desire to join the Federation, and from what I'm seeing, they'd be fine members. The mystery of Station K-13 has been solved, although the past violation of the Prime Directive by some of its personnel is a concern. Hopefully the crew preserved in stasis pods will be able to shed a little more light on that situation. Finally, this news of a Tzenkenthi protomatter weapon is disturbing. I'll be looking into it from all angles, diplomatic and military in particular. We've fought a war with them before, and I'd prefer avoiding another now.
Okay. I'm gonna take a brief break. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Alright. Oh, this is the character I'm using. Trill. Sorry I didn't show it sooner. Continue on with the next mission.
The Lukari have discovered some unusual activity in an unexplored region of the Alpha Quadrant. The data suggests another weaponized use of protomatter, similar to what happened recently at Draconis 3. The Klingons have sent a ship out to assist with the Lukari investigation there, and we'd like you to join them. If the Tzenkenthi are involved, we need to know about it fast.
Alright. Let's find out what the Tzenkenthi are doing.
Guavan, I am General Rodak, security advisor to the Lukari. I have read your report on the incident at 20 Draconis. If the Tzenkenthi are behind all... Do you have any questions? The Lukari are just ahead and eager to begin the search.
It's good to see you again. It looks like we have another incident to study. We sent out a number of long-range sensor probes to this sector recently. After the events of 20 Draconis, I took the liberty of setting the probes to scan for protomatter. I'm afraid they found something.
Yes, the project was a community effort designed by some of our best and brightest. With the help of our allies in the Alliance, we were able to finish construction and the shakedown crews faster than anyone expected. The Riskova
Hang on.
is large or impressive as some ships, but she's ours, and she's ready for the job.
Sorry about that. It was just my college buddy calling.
The crew of the Riskova stand...
Protomatter is the weapon of a coward, but we respect its power.
Protomatter can also be quite beneficial, General, when used properly. The probe is away. The atmosphere of the planet is so thick it will take the probe some time to get through the interference. While the probe is busy, we can collect data from...
Perhaps the probe's information will give us more insight as to why these attacks are occurring.
Most curious. This is a Class Y moon. It's incapable of sustaining most known life forms, but it was scorched by protomatter recently. Why would anyone devastate such a place?
Who knows?
Perhaps they used the moon as a test site for the weapon.
Maybe.
If so, it was a poor choice. Why scour a world already devoid of life?
It sickens me to see protomatter used like this. Another enigma, I'm afraid. This is a Class D moon, similar to Luna in the Sol system. Incapable of supporting life, and yet it has been hit by a protomatter. Why?
Good question.
Another uninhabited moon, but one quite different from the first. What is the pattern?
This makes no sense. There is no tactical pattern to these attacks. There must be a reason, though.
Let's figure this out quickly before more lives are lost. Scanning. The moon is Class L. I'm picking up some ruins on the surface, some simple life forms. There's evidence of crude attempts at terraforming, but no signs of a protomatter detonation. It looks like there was an attempted settlement on this planet, but the project was abandoned. By the look of these readings, it took place over a century ago. The probe we sent to the planet is active now. It's set... I'm detecting incredible levels of radiation, atmospheric pollution, ruins of great cities, and... Oh no. Based on these scans, I believe this is the planet Kantar, the original homeworld of my people. There are no signs of protomatter here. It seems Kantar was rendered incapable of supporting life. I can barely believe what I'm seeing. A I've always wondered what became of them, and now I know. Most Lukari thought something like this would happen, but some of us hoped they would see reason and overcome it. I suppose you have some questions for me.
We need to get on with the mission. But basically, the Kentari polluted the planet to death.
There has been a large-scale battle in this system. We are analyzing the debris. It appears the losing side possessed technology roughly a century behind our own. Preliminary scans indicate that the battle was...
Our scans are showing the wreckage of dozens of ships. They weren't all military either. I'm seeing remains of freighters, mining ships, research craft, even luxury vessels.
Unclear at the moment. We have not detected any Tzenkenthi debris in the field yet. Whoever did this was powerful, but not honorable. There is no honor in attacking the weak. I'm detecting strong energy signatures ahead. Around 50 ships were involved in the battle. Many were lightly armed, if at all. I am reading traces of engine-grade plasma ahead. It does not match that left by the local craft. Perhaps the aliens managed to score a hit to the engines of an enemy ship. I suggest we advance and...
They probably just got lucky.
This is all that is left of a Tzenkenthi vessel. It appears the aliens detonated the warp core of one of their capital ships after ramming the Tzenkenthi at full impulse. They fought. Perhaps they are testing the weapon against planets that are not part of the Alliance, hoping that we will turn a blind eye to their crimes. Once they have perfected the weapon, they will certainly use it on...
I'm receiving a distress call. It's very faint. I'm sending you the coordinates.
I don't know who you are or where you came from. What can I tell you? No, we had no colonies, no allies from other worlds. Until today, we were our own worst enemies. The powers that be on Povin fought amongst themselves from time to time, and everyone thought we were one step away from a global war. In the end, we put all of that behind us to fight these aliens as one. And we still lost.
Sounds familiar.
What can I... There might be survival pods from other ships out there among the wreckage. Could you look for them? We're doing all we can to keep life support running over here. I can't start a search and rescue operation on my own.
Someone heard. By all the gods, someone heard the signal. I'm saved.
There's nothing much to talk about. It's got a freaking headache.
I thought no one would come. Thank you, strangers. Thank you.
Thank you, whoever you are. Thank you.
thank you again. May we seek asylum among your kind? Please, we don't have anywhere else to go.
I've confirmed the captain's story. The planet nearby.
It is time for a reckoning.
Alright, let's go see what the Tzenkenthi are up to. Ugh.
Whatever the Tzenkenthi are... Tzenkenthi warships! Red alert!
Alliance vessels. This system has been claimed by the Tzenkenthi Coalition. You were warned.
So, to battle, Commander. Fight well, and do not fear death.
We must fight and we will fight to save the ships are fighting. Strong. But we will be strong.
Brought in my Delta buddies.
I'd say the Rescava did quite well in her first battle.
Quick and
Good
painless.
battle. Well fought. The honor of victory is ours.
Alright, let's beam down and see what the Tzenkenthi are up to. Just got a headache today because temperature. Alright.
Their weapon is inefficiently shielded. It leaks kaons at a level our tricorders can detect and track. I recommend we... The kaon particle traces lead into the valley ahead of us.
Oh, I see. They followed the waterfall. The rocks here are causing a lot of interference. We should take another set of scans to get our bearings.
He senses something. Uh-oh.
There! The Tzenkenthi!
They're big and angry.
Oh, of course they are.
Come, Tzenkenthi. See our true warrior fight.
You will not stop us.
We'll see.
So, there are some Tzenkenthi with a taste for battle.
Scans
Oh,
indicate they took the path to the east. Why would they destroy entire planets?
They must find some tactical advantage in these actions, for some reason.
Who knows what the Tzenkenthi...
I'm reading Tzenkenthi life signs ahead. They're waiting for us.
Ah, good. We will meet them in glorious battle.
Bring in some reinforcements. Work. Ouch. Trying to sneak up on me?
They are using delaying tactics. We must be getting close.
The path continues down from here. The protomatter bomb is still ahead of us. The Kaon levels are rising. We're getting closer to the protomatter bomb.
Stop them! This world must be cleansed!
Okay, what exactly are the Tzenkenthi up to?
Ha! They fight like cornered rabbit tars. I can smell their fear.
There, just ahead. I see guards. We must be close. The trail ends here.
I'm reading a tunnel behind that waterfall. One that leads to the cave. We must move. Quick, move swiftly. And we can take them by surprise.
What exactly are the Tzenkenthi up
Look.
to?
They've set up the protomatter bomb in here.